Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Mr. Beta, coming back at you with another video from Mr. Alpha Man himself, titled Social Media Ruined Everything. Let's get into it.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Got a lawyer patient supporter that wanted me to talk about the cons and pros, or is it the pros and cons? Are you supposed to do pros first? I guess I want to build you up and then tear you down, right? I would think it'll be cons and pros, right? Like, doom first and then give you some happiness, right? I don't know who came up with pros and cons. But anyway, all right, I'm going to do
Irrelevant.
the pros and cons, right? I'm going to do the pros first, then I'm going to tear you down. All right, guys? But basically, I had a lawyer patient supporter that wanted me to talk about, give my opinions on social media. Guys, this is why I tell y'all guys about social media.
Do tell.
Social media is the greatest thing to ever hit society.
Negative.
If you are ambitious.
Sort of. I guess. Nah. Well, yeah, no. I guess.
You're going to be one of the guys in that top 20%. And that line is moving down. Some people say it's 5. Let's just stick to the 80-20 rule, right?
What the fuck is the 80-20 rule?
We can't have people just making up their own percentage points, right?
That sounds like some shit you made up. 80-20, where'd that come from? Who made that shit up?
Stick to the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of men get 80% of the women, right? But I heard some guys.
Oh. Is that factual? Or is that just some shit you guys made up?
Guys say the top 10, some say the top 1, whoever, right? But let's stick to the 80-20. If you want to be one of those guys in the top 20, it works wonders for you. All right? The rich get richer. That's why, the top 1% own most of the wealth, the 10%, whatever the fucking number is.
He's stupid. The top 1% own more wealth than the bottom 50.
And the reason that is, guys, is because of compound interest, right? The more money you have invested, the more money you can make. So the guys at the top are able to monopolize this bullshit. So it works for you. But you can get in that top 20%. So you can cry, or you can say, you know what, man, I can move into that top 20%.
You cannot get rich while still holding on to your morals.
You guys can do it. Even if you 5'3". I think any of us would agree that Kevin Hart is in that top percentage, right? Any of us would agree with
that. He sold his soul, but I digress.
So if he got there, you ain't got to be funny to get into the top 20%. You can do what you do. Let him tell jokes and you do what you do. Maybe you build rockets. I don't give a fuck what you do. Maybe you come off with a jack-off machine. I don't give a fuck.
That's a massive jump from rockets, my guy. But I digress, let your mind run wild.
Something you do that can make you money. Period. All right? So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the pros. Let me build you up before I tear you down. That's the old AMS way. That's the way I do things. That's the way I do things around here. I build
You're corny.
You up, I tear you down. Ain't that how that go in the gym? You go in, we're actually in the gym, you tear your muscles down, then when you go to sleep, you build it up. So I guess if you want to say the recuperation process starts at night when you sleep, so you building up, and then the next day you got to go in the...
Brother, get to the point. I understand you want views and shit, but get to the point.
Gym, you got to tear them down. All right,
Thank you.
Let's do this, guys. Number one pro why I love social media.
I gotta hear this.
Free marketing. Now you can pay.
Yes.
For marketing also.
True.
But free marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you guys right now can become an influencer. There's no entry fee. You don't got to go through no humiliation ritual. So
yeah, you do. If it depends really on who you are. Like, look at the Vine people. Look at what they were doing for views. Come on now.
Got to in Hollywood. You're a man. You got to well dressed if you want to get to that next level. We all know this. You can't name a man that has ever made it to that top level, at least a black man, without putting on the dress. You gonna wear that dress. You gonna wear a dress. I don't give a fuck who you is. You think of any top actor in Hollywood, and I guarantee you, you can probably find a picture of him in a dress. You gonna wear a dress. All right, that's just the way it is. They gotta humiliate you, right? You want it bad enough, you gonna put on that dress. And every woman, she gonna show them tits. She gonna show that goddamn muff somewhere. Ain't no actress above it. Every actress, every man's gonna put on a dress, and every woman at some point gonna have to show them tits, show that muff.
Maybe destroy Hollywood. How about that? We just need to get rid of Hollywood because that's fucking gross. True, but gross.
It don't matter who you are. Be happy you only got away with showing your tits. But there ain't not one that ain't showed them. Not one. There you gonna show them tits. All right, guys? So, free marketing. What the fuck was I talking about? This is supposed to be about marketing. What?
Thank you. I'm so glad we got on that point. Why are we talking about tits, brother? We're talking about marketing. We're talking about social media. We're getting too ahead of ourselves. But I digress. Keep on trekking. Weirdo.
Oh Lord, how the fuck I get on muff? What the fuck am I doing?
Brother, that's just how you are. Let's be fucking realistic. You were just thinking of tits and ass, sir. You need Jesus.
Stay on topic, baby. We're gonna guys, I joined Ramblers Anonymous. All right?
Anomalous.
I have joined it. Went in there. I say, hey, my name is AMS. I rambled.
Brother, say your fucking name. What is your real name, dude? What is your? You must really hate your name. Your name must be Edwin or some shit. Like you must really hate your fucking name.
Doing my video, so I'm working on it.
Keith, brother, please tell me your name is Keith. Oh, that'd be great.
I got my own goddamn sponsor. Every time I start rambling, I'm supposed to send them a text to let them know I'm rambling again about shit that ain't got to do with the fucking video. How the fuck I get off of free advertising to tits and muff?
We are 5 minutes in. He only gave 1 point. God bless.
I don't fucking know, but I'm working on it. So I'm going to classes. My classes are every Wednesday, and we're going to work on the rambling, guys. All right? So I don't end up going from advertising to talking about fucking muffs. All right? And for you incels that don't know what I'm talking about a woman's pubic hair. Okay? All right.
I thought there were no such things as incels, sir. You said it in one of your videos that I reacted to. But I digress.
But free advertising, guys. Any of you guys can become an influencer and build your brand. Any of y'all guys can do that. And guys, do some guys got to be engaging and stuff like this? Yeah, but there's plenty of influencers, guys, who don't really got much personality. They just have good information. Okay, guys? So you can just...
Yeah, like you, for example. But you don't have both. You don't have either.
Deliver good information without being entertaining or having an over-the-top delivery and stuff like that. Just provide value. Okay?
But you don't provide value, sir. With your $900 an hour fucking Skype consultation. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking weirdo.
Okay? So anybody can get free marketing for whatever your product is.
Sure.
Another thing is paid marketing. Okay? So for you guys that you create a product or something like, so y'all guys know the thing back in the day was if you wrote a book, you had to get a publisher, a book publisher, right? Sign with a book publishing company, right? You couldn't just really, theoretically you could, but your broke ass couldn't pay for no marketing and something. So you had to go get with a book publisher, right? And they would put marketing dollars behind it, and then they would give you 2 cents for every book that's sold, sort of like record companies, right? And that's fair, guys, because they taking a big risk. I'm going to tell y'all guys right now, I'm finna ramble again.
God damn it. Just get to the point. Fuck.
I'm working on it, guys. I'm going to tell y'all guys right now, if I owned a record company, there ain't no fucking way that I would go sign somebody, gamble with my money, and we going to split this 50-50. Hell fucking no. If I'm going to take all the risks, I know it's your talent, but if I'm going to take all the risk financially, I want a greater reward. That's the way it works. I'm sorry.
Cool.
So let's hypothetically say you...
Remember, guys, you can't get rich without fucking people over. He just said it.
You were a guy, you said, AMS, I want to sign with your YouTube video company where you build influencer. Okay, fine. And I'm gonna have to put some money into that and shit. I'm gonna want a great reward on that if I'm gonna put my money up front for that.
I would never use you for that. I would never.
Because I don't know if you ever gonna be good enough. Okay? So that's the way that works. With that now, with the way things are, you don't have to do that. You write a book, you can go on Amazon, pay for some marketing dollars yourself to get the book, get a good book cover. Bestseller.
Cool.
Okay, guys. So
like yours?
That free marketing, guys, if you got a tool or something you invented or something, guys, back in the day, you had to try to do a commercial, infomercial, which you ass can't afford unless you went and got a whole bunch of sponsors, right? Or investors. Now you can just do everything yourself and put it on Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So guys, the marketing, anything you want to do, you got a lawn service? Go on Instagram, set up a Meta account, run your ads. You cutting grass for $20 a yard or however fucking way you want to do it. Okay, guys? So the advertising is great. So entrepreneurship is alive and well, and a lot of that has to do with social media. Point blank period. If you're a guy that's content with working for, making your 60 to 70K a year, that is perfectly
6 to 7K a year is fucking crazy. Who the fuck are you? What? No. Don't you mean 70, 60, 60 to 70? 6 to 7 is crazy. Where the fuck do you think we be living at, sir? Jeez. Anyways, that's crazy.
fine. But if you're somebody who is ambitious, there's no way you can look at social media and think that it has killed society.
That's stupid because it totally has. But I digress.
Guys, to be honest with y'all guys, when I look at social media, I don't even know how nobody's content with working a regular job. I would work a regular
Easy. I'm just content. Like, what the fuck? I don't need all this shit.
job, and I'll be doing some service on the side. A shoe shining business, a ass washing business, a shoulder massage business, something, and advertising that shit on Google Ads or Facebook.
I'm on social media for memes. That's it.
I have no idea. I'm not, work. I would work, but you gotta be glad I would damn sure have a side hustle doing something.
Cool.
Next, guys, why the pros to social media is keeping in contact with old friends and old classmates. You know,
networking? Should have said networking.
What Facebook was originally meant for, that's what it was meant for, keeping up with old classmates. Now, this is the thing I love about this. I call Facebook, social media in general, old man's revenge. That's what I call it.
Oh, God. I gotta hear this shit.
Because when you get to my age, and I don't want to say my age because I might be 50 when this get on YouTube, you fucking cheapskates, but
it's not time yet. It's not time. What? What are you talking about? Who's the cheapskates?
But
cheapskates.
I get to now see all the girls that were hotties in high school and junior.
Brother, you are so fucking lame. Why do you care? Big man doing big man things. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? Realistically. Oh, she fucking curved me in high school. Fuck that bitch. Now I'm making 18 figures a year and shit. Like, brother, you're lame, bro. You're lame as fuck. You lame as shit.
High school. Now they're a fucking hot mess. And I love it. I love it.
You sound like a bitch. You sound like a bitch, bro.
They all look like auntie.
And I'm not talking about what he uses as a derogatory term for a woman. I'm saying a bitch. He's a bitch ass nigga.
They all look like shit. Yes, 99.9% of them look like shit. Yes, you got maybe one or two that's holding up pretty well.
You need Jesus,
But
bro.
most of them look like Vivica A. Fox right now. So for all my young guys, I'm telling you, just hold on.
That is such a terrible way to fucking go about things. That's some loser ass shit right there. You need Jesus.
Your revenge is coming. Those same bitches that don't give you the time of day today, just know one day they gonna be Vivica A.
Brother, you are pathetic. I thought you were a man. You're pathetic. That's a pathetic way to look at social media, bro. You start off great, marketing, cool, whatever. Try to make a business, entrepreneurship, ambition. Then you come up with this, oh, I'm using this to flaunt my shit now that, I'm older and got more money and shit. Like, brother, that is so fucking lame. That is so lame, bro. And for what? What's the point? Genuinely.
Fox. Oh yeah, without the money. And your revenge is coming. So whenever I'm having a bad day, I just log on to Facebook. I actually deactivate my Facebook account because Facebook is old now to me. I don't fuck with Facebook. But whenever I'm having everybody get a little down. I don't have a great day. I'm a human being just like y'all. I just log on to Facebook, scroll through
You just said you deactivated it, so how can you go back onto it? I digress.
a few profiles and chill me right on up.
You know how weird that is as a grown ass man? At your old ass age, Mr. Almost 50, to go back and look at old high school girls' fucking lives and shit. You know how fucking weird, pathetic that is? That is as cringe could get, bro. You need a fucking life, dude. What? Who hurt you, dude? What the fuck? I could never, bro. I'm not letting no high school shit. You obviously peaked in high school. I'm not letting no fucking high school or you didn't. Based on what you're telling me, you didn't peak in high school because you were a... Yeah, it's that time. Loser! You were a loser. You're fucking lame, dude. You need help, bro. Psychiatric.
Seeing all those girls that was hottie in high school look like shit now. Oh man, I feel so much better, like I just took a good shit. Oh man, your day is coming. You out there, you watch this, you...
Brother, if you have to do all that, you're pathetic. You're a loser. You're a loser. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're a loser. Seek help. Cope.
21 years old, one day you gonna be my age, and all those girls gonna look like shit.
Cool.
Oh man, it's a good feeling. It is a good feeling.
Yeah, if you're a loser. Look at me now, guys. I got 6 figures. I got a Rolex. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. That's some beta male ass shit right there. No true alpha male is gonna fucking go back and look at their own. That's some weak ass shit. Cause at the end of the day, who cares, bro? They curved you. So what? Move on. Live your life. Jesus.
It's a good feeling, boy. They all look like shit. They all got mom bods. Talking about dad bods. No, mom bods are even worse. Woo!
I wonder how you look without that beard, sir. What a prick.
BBLs can't say that. Boy. Woo, boy. Can't say that. Titties way down here.
I sincerely hope the people you are talking about are in loving relationships. I sincerely hope that, because that is some pussy ass shit, dude. Get over yourself.
They don't even be fat. They just built like auntie. For all you guys wondering what that is, just look at your auntie. If you got an auntie that's about my age, how she look? She look like shit, don't it? That's how that girl.
Damn, man. Alright, my aunt looks like shit is fucking wild to say about a fucking somebody I love and care about, dude. Who's not. God damn. No words.
Who thinks she all that now, that's how she gonna look. Your revenge is coming. So that's why social media, it just cheers me up. Some of you guys are young and you could go right now and look at your Facebook page right now. You 21 years old. You was in high school 4 years ago. They already look like shit. They already put on 10 pounds. You ain't had to wait 20 years. Wait 4 years, and most of them already done popped out a baby or two and looking like shit.
Okay, but so what? Who's. You know I've having pussy ass bitches. Get a life, fucking weirdo.
Wait till they get my age.
God.
Pretty much all of them gonna look like shit.
Fucking pathetic.
Another thing to add to that, guys, is
don't add that as a pro. That's some loser shit. If you think that's a pro, you are a fucking loser. You need to look at yourself in the fucking mirror. Go do something better with in your free time. That's fucking weird. That's weird as shit.
Keeping up with your friends and stuff and seeing old, friends and stuff, people who have passed on and stuff like that. You can just go through their pictures and stuff. I had a friend recently passed a couple of months ago, natural causes, or at least that's what the family is letting on, right? And but I can go to his Instagram page like twice a month, just look at his old videos and stuff like that. I remember back in the day, you ain't had that, right? I lost a friend. Well, he about like 17, 18 years old, and only one of us had a picture. We don't walk around taking pictures and stuff and keeping them and stuff like this. So only one friend had a picture, and we all were trying to give him money to get that picture he had. It was a picture of all us together, and we all were trying to pay him money to get that picture because, obviously his mama ain't finna give us no pictures, and he was the only one. That motherfucker wasn't finna sell that picture for shit. So like now, if any of y'all guys got a family member pass or something like that, it used to be back, they become a mystery. I mean, a memory, right? You just visualize them in your head, but you don't really have no picture or nothing like that, maybe obituary. But with Facebook and stuff, people pass on, you just go back through their pictures and stuff like that. Even with celebrities, right? Celebrities pass on, you go on their Instagram and just look at their old pictures when they was alive and stuff like that. I just went back on John Witherspoon page about a couple months ago and just going back and looking at his last videos and stuff like that right there. That's something you wouldn't have had 20 years ago. Of course you can watch the movies and stuff, but it's different when they on social media and they like sit in their chair talking and stuff like that. It's not the same as the movies. So like you go on John Witherspoon page, and I see now his family look like they done started uploading some old clips he did on his page. But to just see the last videos he made as a human being, not acting, it's just good to see that. So I like that aspect of social media, that you can actually, it makes you feel like, give you that nostalgic feeling, so to speak, guys. So I like that aspect of social.
How you go from being an asshole to being wholesome? Go fuck yourself, you fucking... What? You're weird, bro. You're weird as shit.
Social media.
You're weird as fuck.
And lastly on the pros, meeting the opposite sex. Now,
I had a feeling this was going to come up. Sure.
Listen, guys.
Gotta hear this.
You guys can talk shit all you want about social media and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, if you got a good profile, you can still bag some bitches off of social media.
So what?
You still can do it. Now you standing in the mirror with your shirt off, with a dirty bathtub in the backdrop.
Does it beat physical interaction though? I concur. I say no. I don't know if I used that word correctly, concur. You know what? Fuck it, I'm looking it up. Where's my phone? Where is it? Oh, no, that's the complete antithesis. No, negative. I disagree. Nope, fuck that. I always thought concur was fucking disagree because it sounds like something you disagree with. I digress. I'm rambling like this fucking loser idiot right here. But no, I think physical interaction, meeting a physical, like seeing them in person, would do better. Going out would be better than social media. But I digress. Some people are weird, like him. Some people can't go out, like him. In his polyamorous relationship, this dude is, oh my god, loser. Just he needs an L, like Waluigi or Luigi. No, like Waluigi. That's dissing Waluigi. He needs an L like Luigi. It's a big ass L on his fucking forehead.
That don't work so well.
This thing is a walking L.
Some of you guys need to step up your profile. Well, first of all, a profile can't fix everything. Yeah, you can get 350 pounds and getting a good profile. A profile can help it. Some of you motherfuckers need to improve your look. Let's say that first. Fuck a profile. We ain't gonna mask. We ain't gonna dress a pig in a suit and
I think what he's meaning is it's easier to take rejection through a fucking screen than it is in person. And yeah, sure, I guess. But also, it builds character. God damn. Anyways.
and still a pig. So some of you guys still need to, work on your imaging, your grooming and stuff. You look first, and then we can get to the profile. So
I am 6'3", 311 pounds. I look like shit. I'm a good 5 on a good day. And I still, I'm still appealing to the girl I want. I think I'm winning at life. Who the fuck cares?
as me starting this new business,
I'm not about to listen to a man about what a woman wants. I digress.
Guys, one thing I already am learning is the importance of like cold emailing and cold calling. You still have to do it. You still have to do it. Is it optimal? No. Is it better to know somebody that can give you? Yes. But you still got to do it. You still got to send them cold emails. You still got to send them cold calls. Still got to do it. Yes, meeting women out and about works better. We all can agree with that. You motherfuckers ain't telling me shit I ain't said 500 times. I know.
Thank you.
But ain't nothing wrong with sending them cold emails out every now and then just to see what you get.
Sure.
So social media has done that. That it has gave you another lead generating system. It has add on to it. Is it the most optimal? No, but it still helps.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right. Time to tear you boys down. Time for some cons. Let's get into this. Number one, guys, comparison to others.
Yeah. And that's why social media is detrimental to society. But the whole comparing people to others, that's on a case-by-case basis, like I've said a million times in these reaction videos. If you're comparing your life to another person, no. It's your life.
Contrary to
take control of your fucking life, dude.
Popular belief.
Popular.
The main thing, guys, with why women's entitlement has went through the roof.
Oh God, now we're talking about women. Fuck. All right, can we just talk about dudes?
Is comparison. They get on social media and they see some girl who got a different bag every day of the week, with different shoes, taking trips, and then they say to themselves, I want that too, my man.
Okay, that's fine, but also you gotta get on the men doing the same thing. Please get on the men, because if you're just gonna shit on women this whole time, then it's like, what the fuck?
Man gotta do that for me too. I want the soft life too.
Cool.
Even if that influencer who posted that bought it herself, the woman say, well, I can't do it. I want a man that can get it for me.
That's 100% fine. Who cares? Realistically, like, who cares?
That's why women entitlement has went through the roof. Along with...
I don't think that's... a want is not entitlement. I deserve his entitlement. A want is just a want. You know, it is what it is. I want. I wanted to go to WrestleMania this year, and I couldn't fucking afford it. That's a want. That's not a fuck. I'm not entitled to go to WrestleMania. I don't deserve to go to WrestleMania. But, anyways, I digress.
You know, male attention and having more options create a raise, you know, just like what I told y'all guys about when a player got 3 teams trying to sign him, obviously that's going to take up his value, right? So we do understand that. But also looking on social media thinking like, I want that too. That's why they have unrealistic expectations.
Are you talking
comparison?
About mm-hmm.
Same go for men. A lot of you guys, we call now the dad bod, right? 20 years ago, the dad bod was just a normal guy who had a normal life, who was about 15, 16, 17, 18% body fat. Not fat, but not ripped either, right? Just okay, right? Just a dad bod, somebody who go to the gym, but he ain't on a strict diet. Or maybe he don't go to the gym. You know, he just got an okay body. It's not great, it's not disgusting, it's okay. And so what happened was a lot of guys started comparing themselves to the top YouTubers, influencers, and then every guy thought he was fat if he didn't have an 8-pack. That's what we got to.
Well, what the fuck? Who says no? You can look slim too, you know. What the fuck? You can just be skinny as shit with no fucking abs or whatever. What? All right, whatever. You know, let them cook. Let them cook.
Well, in reality, 20 years ago, before we got to that bullshit, a good man, an average man who had a 15, 16, 17% body fat, that's just what you had. Of course, you always had your naturally ripped guys or you had your fit guys, but that was not the norm. Now, society, or at least on social media, has tried to normalize every man having a fucking 6-pack. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
No, we just need to normalize people getting fit, you know. Not fit is not having a 6-pack. It's just, you know, being in control of your life. And as a man who has lost control, like I said, I'm 6'3", 310 pounds. But, you know, I think we just need to get back to, you know, I'm rambling.
A lot of you guys right now are in good enough shape. Guys, let me tell you something right now. If right now you're watching this right now and you 16% body fat, I am telling you right now, if you got down to 10% body fat, I guarantee you the amount of more female attention isn't going to be worth the sacrifice that you gave up.
Unless you're like you swapping the fat for muscle.
Now to go from 25% to 16%, oh yes. But to go from 16 to 10, I guarantee you, you'll be surprised that you saw negligible improvement as far as attraction to women. I guarantee you, negligible.
That's the word of the day.
That means it really didn't matter. But social media made every man feel like he had to be 8, 10, 12% body fat. Comparison.
Sure.
Well, in actuality, guys, and what I'm saying is, 9 cases out of 10, probably higher than that. If you can't pull a woman at 15...
9 cases out of 10, probably higher than that. All right.
16% body fat. You getting down to 10, 8%, you still ain't going to be able to pull her either.
Cool.
I promise you won't. Now, from 24 to...
How do you know that? How do you know what a woman is looking for, dude? How do you know that?
Y'all guys want to know what I akin this to? You know how they say... Once you get to like $75,000 a year, let's add inflation to it, right?
Sure.
Let's add inflation to it, because I heard this years ago, right? So let's say it's 100,000 now, right? Once
yes, 6 figures.
you get to $100,000 a year, anything over that, the improve in happiness is negligible. That's what they say, and I can believe that, because once you get by to $100,000 a year, all your basic requirements are met. So anything...
You do not need to make 6 figures for your basic requirements to be met. That's fucking stupid. You could say that about a guy making, let's say 55, 60 to like 90, but you don't need to, 80. But you don't need to be like, oh, six figures and then you're set for life. Nah, you don't. No, dude. Some people are just content with what they do.
Over that becomes a luxury.
You're not less of a man because you don't make six figures. That's all I gotta say.
Does that make sense? So like $100,000, you can pay your rent comfortably. You can pay your health insurance comfortably. You can take your woman out on a regular basis. You know, you can go on one vacation. Basically, what I'm saying, guys,
You
is
could do that too. Sometimes you just gotta be frugal. You know, you just gotta put your shit first. Unless you're saying you can do all that and save, but I digress. You know,
once you get to 100,000, the basic requirements are met. Anything over that, now we get into a nicer car that we really don't need, or a nicer clothes that we really don't need, or a piece of jewelry. That's the same thing that.
How about you cut your fucking wage down to $100,000? You fucking weeb.
Our akin to getting to that next level of body fat is that, yeah, it looks nice but it's negligible. It really didn't improve much. So you going from 100,000 to 250,000, yeah, you're gonna stay in a slightly nicer, better crib or whatever. But did it really matter? Now to go from 30,000 to 100,000, oh, see, now you were struggling. You couldn't even save nothing. You couldn't even put that up for retirement. You were check to check. You couldn't even put that up into an emergency fund. But once you got to 100,000, well, you were able to save. You were able to invest a little. You was able to not stress about bills. So to go to 250,000, well, now you're just buying excess. You just buying bullshit. What's it like?
Like I said, 55 to like 80,000, I think you're good. Anything above 80,000, I think, you know. If you live in an apartment, I should say. But if you got a house, then I guess six figures makes sense. But I would say just 55 to 80. If you live in an apartment, I think would do good.
I'm not knocking it. Luxury is nice, but you see the improvement decreased. The improvement in your happiness decreased. And that's the same way I call with,
I guess,
that. So I say all that to say this, guys. Comparing yourself to these ultra rich guys and stuff like this, I'm telling you guys right now, if you make $150,000 a year, I'm telling you right now, if you started making 1.5 million, I guarantee you would say, man, you know, outside buying a couple of nice watches or a nicer car, I don't really feel no different. I guarantee you're gonna say
sure
that. Now to go from 50 to 150,000, oh, I bet you, because see, that's you barely getting by, depending on where you're living at. You barely getting by over 50,000. 50,000.
I understand the semantic argument. I get it.
A year, you probably living in a not great area, depending on where you at, right? I know you can live like a king in some locations off $50,000 a year, but you ain't living like no king off $50,000 a year in New York or Miami or California. Shit, hell, not even here in Atlanta no more.
I'm living like a king on my $40,000 an hour. $40,000 an hour. That'd be crazy. Jesus Christ. What I would do for $40,000. No, but my $40,000 a year, I'm living like a king because I get to do what I want when I want, and that's that.
So the comparison fact. Next, guys, women having the paradox of choice. Women having the paradox of choice.
Have the paradox of choice. Okay.
Choice has caused men not to even want to go on dates. Guys, here's the truth. Men do not mind taking women on dates.
No shit.
The only issue came into taking women on dates was not getting a return of investment on that date. So like,
Do all you red pill alpha male bullshit motherfuckers always expect something out of the date? Like, what is this? Jesus. What happened to getting to know people?
Like I used to, you used to go on a date with a girl, first date. You ain't mind taking her out to eat. You be sitting over there doing the Birdman hand rub while she eating her damn food. Thinking of all the ways you gonna glaze that ass at the end of the night.
That's fucking disgusting. Why is that the first thing you weirdos are thinking about? Fuck. Oh, if she don't fuck in the first date, then out of here. Like, fucking. You guys are beta males cosplaying as alpha males. You fucking losers. Join the club.
Well, now, or at least by the end of the second.
You're actually making beta males look terrible, by the way. You're making a guy like me look terrible. To even have myself associate what I just said, have myself associate with you guys is fucking pathetic. I feel like I need to scrub myself. That's fucking. You guys are disgusting.
The third date. Well, now you lucky to see the bitch again.
Who cares, brother? Who cares? No, realistically, who gives a shit?
Because she got the paradox of choice. Too many fucking options.
Cool, let her choose.
So now taking a woman on a date is just considered a stupid investment until you.
Oh my god, but who? Okay. If you like the girl and the girl allows you to take her on the date, and then if you guys don't like each other after the fact, who cares?
You fuck. Because women got so many options, even if she like you, she just thinking like, well, what if this other guy just a little bit taller? What if he just a little bit leaner?
So you guys are just going based off of what ifs. Okay.
What if he's just a little bit richer? I can't tell y'all guys how many times I done started a fucking show, but couldn't fucking finish it because I got the paradox of choice. I get started on another fucking show. And in 2 years, I look up and I'm like, how the fuck did I stop watching that fucking show? It's ridiculous. So the paradox of choice as far as women go, we're not even talking about relationship. Guys, dating just used to be a casual thing. Well, man, meet a woman. He take on a couple dates. The woman is like, okay, he treats me nice, and I give him some after the second or third date, and then after.
If you are dating a girl and your objective is to fuck this girl after the first, second, or third, you are a fucking incel loser. Seek help.
For a while, it becomes just the normal. You call a woman up, hey, you free Saturday? Boom, she free Saturday. You take her out, y'all come back, y'all fuck. Y'all might not talk again for a week or two. You set
Pathetic.
up another date. Now, it's like an 80% chance you will never get a payoff on that date. That's the way the dating game was.
Cool. Who cares?
But now, with paradox of choice, you do that shit now, man. You're just gonna be spending money like a motherfucker.
Cool. Don't date then. If you're fucking scared of wasting money, then don't date. Damn. See how simple that is? Just don't do it.
You gotta fuck first before you take a woman on a date.
Why?
And lastly, guys, social media addiction. Boy, I remember when I first got on Facebook, this had to be 2010 maybe, I can't remember, 2010, 2011, I think in 2010, right?
2010, right? 2011, all right.
Guys, when I was on that construction yard, because this long after the mattress coming and all that, I was doing the construction bullshit then, through Labor Ready. And I used to be out there, and I used to have to be on fire watch, right? That means where you just stand down there and you watch the fire. You know, I was just a helper, right? I ain't no skill. I just pick up shit and do fire watch. Just stand there and make sure that when the welder's up there.
Brother, I don't want the whole fucking story. I understand length and shit, view time and shit like that, but get to the fucking point.
They're welding shit that it don't set shit on fire. And they did actually put me in the apprentice program, but as with everything else, y'all know I do. I quit that too. But anyway,
Because you're a fucking quitter.
The whole time, guys, I was just addicted to Facebook during that period of time I was doing that construction shit. Mm-hmm. It was ridiculous. I'm surprised I was able to keep a job. I mean, I couldn't stay off that phone for 30 seconds. I remember when my friends started telling me about Instagram, and guys, for the first 4 or 5 years Instagram was around, I did not want to have no dealings with it because I still was traumatized by how addicted I was to Facebook in 2010.
Okay.
So it can be addictive, which stocks productivity.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I just want to let you guys know that it is a con, that it can become addictive if you let it become that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I would say that's a con too. But all in all, guys, I am very thankful for social media. Guys, I look at social media as any of you guys giving any of you guys hope. I guess it's just all in your perception of how you look at social media. The way I look at social media is, I look at, man, it's just a land of opportunity. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'll get back with you guys later.
Well, that was a very fucking misleading title. I thought the whole point was social media ruined everything. It seems like it didn't. It seems like it helped you a lot, you fucking asshole. But anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Mr. Beta out. I lost so many fucking brain cells listening to this fucking video. Time I cannot get back. I am so ashamed of myself that I've come so far to do this type of shit. But if there is a caveat, this motherfucker's pathetic, and I'm better than him.